Hey everyone, welcome to another Fragpunk video, but this time we are diving into one of my favorite types of content. Tips, tricks, and the kind of stuff you probably didn't know. This is the first video in what I hope will be a long series. As a game developer myself, I see Fragpunk from every possible angle, not just as a player, so I want to bring you insights and details that go way beyond the surface. As you probably noticed, this channel is still young. My last video about Nitro Walls hit thousands of views, which I am insanely grateful for, seriously. But as always, not everyone hits that subscribe button. So this time I would like to set a goal. 500 subscribers on this video, and with your help we can make it happen. You can't imagine how much sweat, Red Bull, blood, spit, coffee and other types of fluids I invested in the making of this video. I'm building a Fragpunk community, and when that takes off, I got plans for giveaways like battle passes and more, so buckle up. If you are into this game like I am, this is going to be one hell of a ride. I know you probably opened the game and already saw the Frogpunk game mode, a nice event related to April's Fool's Day. Frogpunk will be a battle gashapon mode on which you can get some prizes if you play the battle and then you spend the coins in the minigame. I don't want to spend much time on this mode, so I'm jumping to the important stuff. Battles will be a ticket game mode. The side that loses all the tickets, it will lose the match. There will be only 3 frogs and 7 mosquitoes. Frogs has 25 tickets and mosquitoes has 90. But here's the trick, frogs are like tanks with 1500 points of life, whereas mosquitoes has just 2 points and they will die with just 2 shots. Mosquitoes has 2 abilities, they can dodge and they can also throw some sort of kamehameha to the frogs, which is very slow, but it has an increasing and devastating damage. The best advice on when to use this slow attack is when the frog is using his sentinel mode, and especially when they are at ground level. Frogs, in the other hand, will have 3 skills. A dodge skill to avoid this mosquito's blast, the aforementioned sentinel mode on which they can shoot faster and they'll gain an invulnerability with a frontal shield, and a homing missile barrage attack which you need to charge with time and it will search and destroy the mosquitoes. If you play enough, you will receive coins that will let you play this minigame and win some skin keys, headwear and ornaments, but it's just for Corona. So enjoy it, I guess, while it's there. You are probably used to just pressing 4 to plant or defuse, right? Well, this game adds a twist. Here you can see that the Lancer is able to crouch and stand while planting, same while defusing. So, next time you are in the heat of the moment, crouch like crazy. You might just dodge that critical bullet and turn the round in your favor. There is a cool visual effect in the Donctian map that I didn't realize until I watched a replay. I'm speeding up the video here, but take a look. The day gradually turns into night as time passes. I can't be the only one who missed this while playing, right? It's always awesome to uncover hidden details like this that developers mix into the game. Most of the Lancers comes equipped with at least one autonomous ability, such as traps, tripwires, turrets, etc. Failing to use these utilities before you die can seriously hurt both you and your team, and here's why. Number 1. Even if you misplaced the utility or the action is happening in another side, many Lancers allows you to pick up their item and redeploy it without having to wait for a cooldown. Reason B. Your utility keeps functioning even after you are dead, continues to assist your team. And third, if you lose a duel and leave your opponent with low HP, like 1 HP, a well-placed turret or trap could finish the job and avenge your death. In a competitive match, this can make all the difference. A Lancer who dies without using their utility not only puts the team at disadvantage, but also risks losing their best weapons in the following round. For example, in this 1v4 situation, I couldn't take down Corona, but as you can see, the turret I placed just seconds earlier finished the job, so turret MVP.
Clickety click click, right on the money.
In this second example, Chum placed Chompers with the bomb. After Chum was eliminated, Chompers went wild like a loyal dog avenging its owner. So the golden rule is, it is better to misplace your utility than to die with it unused. In case you didn't notice, Fragpunk lets you customize the lobby screen. When in the lobby, press escape or go to settings. Then you'll see an option called Customize Lobby. From there, it will let you pick different backgrounds. You might have more or less backgrounds than me, depending on your account level and progress in the current or future battle passes. You can also mark several as favorite and let the game change them randomly now and then. After playing a lot and experimenting with the settings, I noticed 3 important things that not everybody knows regarding walking and running. As you can see, while picking a gun, it mentions 3 types of velocity: crouch, running and sprinting, but for some reason it is not mentioned in the walking, which you can find in the settings for your keyboard. My findings are: first, for sure you already know that the 3 velocities will do different sounds, the faster the noisier, pretty similar to any other game, but keep in consideration that sprinting sound queue is almost 25% of the map, and the attenuation when somebody is in a different level, like somebody's on the roof, it is very poor. It sounds like you have it right next to you. Second, the walk and the crouch are basically the same thing except for the stance. They don't do any sound at all, and they move at the exact same speed, which is similar to Robocop walking in the sand. That's probably why there is no distinction while picking the gun. Third, if you like me are used to play games where the sprint is the default, there is a setting that lets you do that and comes disabled by default. Just keep one important thing in consideration. When this feature is active, you will lose the ability to run. Remember, the one that makes considerable less amount of noise. To understand the differences between the 4 speeds, I made this test running in the long path. It's 40 meters with a knife in the hand. You take your conclusions if you prefer to be stealth or faster. This test also made me realize that the speed table is incorrect. I think when they introduced one of those patches where they made the lances faster, they forgot to update the table. Fool of you to think nobody would be that nerd to check the math. These doors that you can close in the sides has a strange rule that you must know before you lose a match because of them. If you close the door, then the enemy will need to hack the system to pass. This guarantees your back is covered if you are attacking, or it can be used as a delayer in case you are defending. What you need to be cautious is that this door will have an existential crisis as soon as the converter is planted. So make sure you are ready to defend that spot and set up your traps before you make the plant. Another important mechanic that you must know in Fragpunk, which is different than any other game, is about the smokes, which are usually used to deny pushes and to create one-ways. This can be countered if you have an utility that can cause an explosion. Broker here is a good example. Any smoke placed in the site can be dispersed with one of his rockets. Other lancers can also remove smokes with their abilities. Circuit here is able to dissipate the smoke with her Gold Dust Woman.
What the fuck?
I said Gold Dust Woman, what? Anyways, Hollow Point adds another feature to the list of broken features she has. The smoke screen swipes the smokes in the path. There are some exceptions though to this explosion rule. For example, Chok missiles won't be able to clear the smokes. The secondary guns can remove smokes as well. The blaster gun is an explosion, and as such, it will blast away the smoke. Now, something interesting, it seems the fire gun makes an explosion when it lands. It will dissipate the smoke as well. But guess what? Smokes won't be standing there looking how it gets countered by any single thing in the game. Smokes can also be used to counter the fire from the secondary gun. If you shot the smoke from your secondary gun, it will suffocate the fire. Just be careful because this rule does not apply to all the smokes. For example, broker smokes won't turn off the fire. I guess it's because of the menthol. So if you throw this smoke expecting to turn off the fire, you will die walking in the flames. But on the other hand, Champ's smoke bomb it is able to suffocate the fire. He can walk past the zone without any problem after the smoke is present. I forgot to test it, but I guess Champ smoking while you control it will have the same result. For a moment I thought we had a pattern here, like the smoke color would do the difference. It's not the case, because as we just saw, Chum can turn off the fire and the smoke color is different than the one from the secondary gun. One last thing that I must try with the smokes. In other games like Valorant, you can use smokes to hide from traps and scans. Well, looks like here is not the case. I placed some sticky traps and tried to line up a smoke so the trap is covered, but the laser wires are not. It seems you will be detected anyways. Let's give it another try here with the cherry bombs. Wouldn't it be fun if you could just smoke them and walk past them? Fat chance you are dead. So use the smokes, fires and explosions wisely. They can offer more than just what is expected from them. I didn't saw yet many players doing this crazy thing. Fragpunk lets you drop all your weapons, including the knife, which is kind of cool because it means you can share your skinned knife with your friends. But that's not it. If you don't have any gun on you, then you'll be able to attack with your fist. And the punches are quite dangerous, I might say. When attacking frontally, a left click will take 50 points of health, and a right click will take 75, whereas if you attack somebody from the back, it will do twice that damage, which is 100 and 150. This means a right click from the back is a guaranteed kill. The only difference with a knife is that you can't charge this attack, so it's a basic punch. And also, in order to use it, you need to drop all your weapons, which might be quite noisy and dangerous. So again, ultimate trolling only. The card Cloaking plant, which spawns steel grass on defensive routes, is an interesting game changer. For just 2 share points, it has a lot of advantages. It's important to know that this card is available in Outpost and Arcade maps only. We all know how it works, right? Crouch in the plant and you'll get invisible, and you can tell you are invisible because you will see a blue halo in your HUD. This invisibility will last till either any of these things happens. You stand up, you shoot or get shot, you get bumped by an enemy, you are spotted by an ability meant for detecting rivals, or less common but quite possible, another card counters the effect. The cards I'm aware of that could spot you are the Eagle's Eye, which lets you see enemies in the line of sight, Alert, which lets you detect near enemies in front of you, so an enemy would assume you are there, and Death's Embrace. If you get hurt, then you'll be hunted by death, and you can cloak from death or taxes. If you are defending, then wait for the right moment to take the shot. And if you are attacking, it's a good idea to shot a few rounds in the plants to check for anyone hiding. These other 4 cards could also spot you, but you have to be the unluckiest person alive for that to happen. Besides the main purpose of the cloak plant, the rest of the tall grass, which reminds me when I forget to mow the lawn, becomes perfect for my cats pretending to be in a jungle hunting and for placing traps in uncommon places. Places where in regular cases it would be super visible. So keep that in consideration. Don't just use the Predator plant. Even if the enemies are advanced enough to fall in the invisibility trick, they will have a hard time trying to detect enemy gadgets in the path. For the last, it has a cool visual feature when you throw fire on it. You can see the grass burning and then after a few seconds it will grow back again. Pretty cool, right? And this one was the last trick of the episode. I hope you learned something new, and if you're interested to know about Nitro walls, I prepare a playlist for each map. You can take a look to the video at the top right corner. See you in the next one, and remember to always check the plants. Bye bye.